Counterstrike 2 was announced yesterday and the beta started to ship out to select users, and I was fortunate to be one to gain access to CS2. With that in mind, I asked my community on YouTube what kind of content they would like to see me cover and went through some of your questions and my own discoveries of the new Counterstrike 2 game, and here's what I found. IsQ's asked, how effective are ninja diffusers and plants in smokes? To put it bluntly, if the T's have a nade, you can forget about ninja diffusing. As long as the nade lands in the smoke, it's going to give a good 2 seconds of smoke of free vision, which should be enough to spot and spray down the diffusing CT. After 2 seconds, the smoke will bloom back up. One trick play you can make, as I seen on Nothing's Twitch stream here, is he's going to smoke it off here, and then he instantly throws a nade, which takes away the smoke vision for 2 seconds, which nets him the frags here, which catches the T's by surprise, then he gets full cover afterwards. Neo makes a similar play where he has his defensive smoke up and he's going to nade inside the smoke, which opens up a gap where you can spot the T and then falls back safely. This also works against the CTs, so if they have a defensive smoke up, you could go ahead and nade inside the smoke, which opens up the gap and he takes advantage of it. Jory wanted to know how flashes work at the moment because he said someone thought that the flashes don't go through smokes, so you can't flash a smoke and pop through, so you would need combos, throw HE and flash the smoke at the same time for same effect, and also people say that the flashes are overpowered. Well, Jory, I tested this one out and found nothing would indicate this. Flashes are just as powerful and even work through a smoke. Flashes are overpowered, but only if you have the right lineups. Check my channel Nades out here for the best ones. Plaffy here wanted to know the gameplay mechanics listed here, so let's go ahead and break it down. First, we're going to start with the grenade physics. Grenades will still fly the same. Jump throws will fly like the 128 tick version. There is no jump throw bind in the game natively, but simply releasing mouse 1 and pressing jump at the same time will give you a jump throw. This now requires less accuracy, so there is no more need for a bind. However, if you did try to copy over your bind from the CSGO version, it's going to break your game. When I did this and others tried, it will unbound a lot of your keys, and we were only able to fix it by restarting the game. Maybe this is a beta bug, but for now, 4 jump throw and jump throw binds will break your game. The hinge smoke for mid still works and it still connects onto the door. However, you're going to see here that it won't fully cover the mid door as it's going to leave a gap on the other side. From the CT perspective, you can see catwalk still. The hinge smoke for the B door is a bug right now because once I throw the smoke, you're going to see the smoke land inside of the wall. Now moving on to Molotovs, the visibility is greatly improved. They removed the Molotov smoke, meaning only the flames remain, which aren't a huge problem for visibility. When speaking of mollies, just look at how much space and area that the Molotov now covers, and look how spread it is. Smokes will still cancel Molotovs, and it is still possible to miss the molly or only extinguish a part of the molly. But because smokes now expand and spread, the spread will in most cases extinguish the molly after a few seconds. HE nades will still leave a residue of smoke after explosion, so if you want to use it as cover if you come down suicide, if a CT sniper tries to peek you, they won't be able to spot you. While jump throws now require less accuracy and are more generous, jump release throws and other mixed jump throws forms still work. In CSGO, one-way smokes were super overpowered. This is one famous one done by Alexei B on the Dust2A site, where he shuts down ramp with this one-way and ENCE players cannot spot him behind this cover of the smoke. One-way smokes aren't going to exist in CS2 because the smoke is solid the whole way through, like there's no fade at the edges. Here's me replicating the same one-way smoke that I showed Alexei B throwing. So afterwards, I'm going to jump on the back box and you'll see here that I cannot see ramp. The smoke will bloom all the way up and I cannot see anything. So the one way here is negated. In CSGO, a lot of players would boost over smoke, abusing the element of surprise and slight one way it would give them. In CS2, this is nearly impossible. If your smoke spread is limited by the walls on either side, it will instead grow in height, meaning any smoke in a narrow space will be impossible to look over with a double boost or even a triple boost, all because smokes now look the same to everyone. Boosting over a smoke is way more visible to your enemies, meaning it's harder to get away with it successfully. Boosting over a smoke has always been a gimmick, but in CS2, I would expect it to be even more rare. Before I cover some of the bigger changes, here are some smaller nuggets. Every nade now has a different drop sound, meaning you will know exactly which nade your enemy just dropped behind that wall. Also with audio, if you look at the radar, there is a circle around your model. So any type of noise that you make, so if you're running, it puts a circle around you. That implies the radius that people can hear you. Also, if you scope, it puts a circle around you. If you jump, it puts a circle around you. However, if you drop your weapons, currently it does not put a circle around you. Smokes are now a different color depending on who bought them, blue/gray and orange/yellow. Interestingly enough, this remains even if dropped, so it doesn't matter who threw the smoke but who bought them. Now the Zeus can now be inspected, Zeus skins when? You can also see your feet when you look down. The current CS2 version has no skyboxes, meaning some smokes and mollies from CSGO won't work yet. If this is only a beta thing or will remain the same to be seen. So since there's no skyboxes, you can go ahead and smoke over the wall from T-spawn to B. You could also throw smokes from A to B or B to A. And whose idea was it to invert the weapon models from inward to outward? Now that you've seen it, you won't be able to unsee it. You can thank me later. Moving on to a bigger change, the nade finder. You can start a practice server which will allow you to see where nades will land in a live preview of your screen. This only works with standing and left and right click throws. Jump throws and moving throws are a bit more difficult and near impossible to find using this method, at least in my testing. Here is me using the nade preview feature to find the A Vanguard lineup. I'm standing and I'm holding left click on my mouse and that box there will pop up. Once I find the lineup, I can just go ahead and let go. Now with this avant-garde smoke, it used to give you a one-way as well as cover. Now you can see the volume of the smoke, which still gives you cover but takes away the one-way. This prediction window, however, does not display and currently blooms smoke, meaning you won't have to wait for the current smokes to dissipate to test or find your new lineup. What a time saver. Let's now talk about shooting holes in smokes. Now this was controversial, and in reality shooting the middle of the smoke barely creates any visible gaps. The smoke is too thick here. However, if you shoot the edges, you gain way better gaps and you can actually see through the smoke. One thing to note here with smokes is that if you change your view model, it also changes where the holes in these smokes appear when you shoot. One cool feature that CS2 offers is this Spectator Map where you can keep drawing without having to worry about your drawings to go away. These were some of the CS2 features I wanted to share with you all, and I'll be covering a lot more, so stay tuned and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Till next time, NartOutHere, peace.